The union of Audrey and Hank produced today's country music star, Hank Williams, Jr. Hank called him Little Bocephus. Audrey tells us now the story of his birth.
After I finally became pregnant, which took about 5 years, of course, Hank was just thrilled to death, and I told him, I said, it's going to be a boy, don't worry about it. I know it's going to be a boy, see. And in fact, I went in and everything, my whole layout had some blue on it. I didn't even have anything with just a solid white, you know. But anyway, when I went to the hospital, I was in about, I've forgotten now, 2 or 3 times before Hank Jr. was finally born. As you know, he weighed 10 pounds and 2 ounces. He practically killed the both of us, and it was really a bad scene. And for Hank, because he wouldn't, they couldn't get him away from the door, you know, outside. And he heard me screaming. And so when they tried to show him and tell him that he had such a healthy son, you know, he said, no, I don't want to see him. I just want to see her. I don't want to see him. Now, this was his very first reaction. Of course, he didn't mean that, you know. It was just simply because he had heard my screams, you know. And I think he just mostly just wanted to really see if I was all right, you know. Which I was, because, you know, after a few days, he was so happy. I cannot tell you how happy he was. And he would walk into the hospital and down to the nursery and look in, and he just felt so proud, and all the people that would be standing around. Of course, Hank Jr. was so much larger than any of the other babies in there, you know, and Hank Sr. would proudly point out, that's my son, and look how big he is already, you know, and just imagine how big he's going to be. Oh, he's very crazy about his son, yes, very proud.
Little Bocephus, you're the one that makes me feel good inside. Just to know that you're my son makes my heart swell with pride. I've always needed one like you to love and understand. And now that you've come to fill that place, you're my buddy, man to man. There comes a time, though, when every boy grows so doggone sure with life that he feels he knows it all and no longer needs advice. This complicated phase of his life is called the adolescent age, and sometimes breaks a father's heart. Wish you could skip that stage. I'd like to help you fill your heart with kindness and faith and truth, protect you from the hands that reach out to destroy manhood in you. There is so much sorrow and despair to blight the hearts of men, and the more we learn of love and life, the more they come crowding in. It's just little things at first, my son, but then as we older grow, our troubles grow much bigger too, and sometimes overflow. Then poisoned minds and broken hearts will cause the strongest men to weep, overwhelm souls with bitterness, and death would be sweet. So we must build a strong defense of love and fortitude, on character and knowledge, son, so these ills cannot intrude. Oh, sonny boy, so many things a youngster needs to know if he is to find true happiness as down through life he goes. It's just a father's love, I guess, that comes to every dad, that makes me want to shelter you from the things that make you sad. Bocephus, boy, I'm standing by to help you when you call. For son, you are my flesh and blood, and the grandest pal of all.